Okay, so I don't know how to do this. Oh, oh. I can't see. Have we done it?
I don't know.
Have we done it?
Turn that round.
I'm trying to put my phone into my clamp and it just went flying. Oh dear. We'll get there in end.
Yeah.
A bit quiet.
Yeah. It's probably just gonna be us, isn't it?
More than likely. But never mind, at least we've had some fun. I'm trying to figure out now how to get it showing up on my PC.
Yeah. I had to mute my laptop because you were talking twice.
I ain't got speakers on my PC, so I don't have that issue.
How are you?
I'm not bad, you?
Yeah.
Good. Mine's a bit delayed, I think. Never mind. At least we're here.
Yeah.
Just setting everything up, all my pencils and everything. I've got so much.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna use.
Bryce says I've always got too many pencils. You've never got enough pencils.
Yeah. My desk is woke. Thank you for falling over now.
Mine's not too bad. I can be organised when I want to be.
I'm not. Um, I can't zoom mine in anymore.
I've got like a tripod, me. It's
Yeah,
connected
I've
to
got a
me.
thing I can move. I forgot I
Yeah.
could move the thing. No. Oh, cool. It's a bit better. Okay.
Just trying to sort everything out, aren't we? Get everything just right.
At least we know we can both be on camera.
Yeah. I'm trying to do it because I want it to be able to get every picture in. Oh, there we go. Should be okay. Yeah, the live on my PC is slower than my phone.
I haven't even been watching that one to see.
Well, my PC monitor's bang in front of me so I can see it. I wanted
well,
to
I
be able
don't have because I'm in my bedroom, so my desk is here, but I haven't got a big enough desk to put the laptop on as well. So I've got it on my bed next to me.
Well, I've got one of them clamp devices for my monitor screen.
Hmm.
You can get them for laptops as well. I'll have to send you a link to it. You can put your laptop onto clamp and it holds it up in air so you've got more space on your desk.
Well, I could have my laptop in front of me, but I've got all that up there first.
Oh dear. There's never enough space. I said to Brian I need more shelves.
Yeah.
Oh dear. At least we know it's working.
Yeah. My books are all
I've got
piled up in boxes and things.
mine's on I've got like 2 cabinets with shelves on it. So I put my books on there out at way. And then my colours I've got into trolley. But there's just not enough space on desk to have them all laid out so I can get to them easy. So I've got a coffee table up at my left side. I've got my trolley at my right side, and then I've got other stuff on the table. But I need space to be able to manoeuvre.
Yeah. All my books are next to me in piles, in boxes, in drawers.
I can't believe how much books you've got. I thought I were bad.
Hang on.
Mental.
There's the drawer tower. There's 4 drawers there. 2 piles there. They're on top of 2 boxes. There's more under my desk.
Love my neck. Jesus, that's a lot. There were a woman that put on a post on one of the groups yesterday, and she says, "I'm new to the hobby." I says, "Welcome to the most expensive hobby you'll ever enjoy."
Yeah.
I said, it's nice for us, but not for his bank accounts.
No. My mum keeps telling me off. Books come
But
through
like
post.
I keep,
She's like, more?
like I keep saying to Bri though, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out nowhere, so why shouldn't I treat myself to some colouring pencils and colouring books?
Yep.
So,
Although I have told my mum it's going to be the last ones for a little while. Just so I can save up.
until something crops up.
Yeah. I've got the new Beauty of Horror book coming today.
Oh, that other one.
Yeah. The one you bought for the one I'm blaming you for.
Oh, that Alan Robert one.
Yeah, the number 5 one.
Yeah. I had somebody comment on my YouTube video front night asking me all characters are, and I don't know who they all are, and I've tried to look for a list of them because there's more than 80 apparently.
Yeah, I kind
And
of wish you'd listed them in the book.
yeah, like a separate page with a list which each page who characters are, because I'm familiar with a few, but I don't know them all. And I had to explain to her, I says, I don't know them all, and I've had to look for a list of them, but I can't find any. I searched it on Google all morning. I just can't seem to find a list of them.
Yeah, no, James is going to try and help me when I've got my book. Not that he's any better than me, but we'll try.
Well, I'm gonna ask Bri later and see if he recognises any. And I'm gonna, like, I don't know, label them or something, and then I'm gonna take it round to my granddad because he's like 88 in February, so he should know a few and all.
Yeah.
But I think it's because they're like zombified, aren't they? So
Yeah, it's a bit
some you
hard
can't
to
really
recognize
yeah.
costumes.
So I know there's Freddie Mercury and Marilyn Monroe,
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, and then some of them are really old, and I ain't a clue.
I think there's quite a few like rock and heavy metal people in there
Yeah,
because Alan Robert's in a band, isn't he? So
yeah. He's into his rock, so he should
yeah,
know a bit about them.
yeah. It doesn't help. Rob would be able to help me with all the rock people probably, but I don't know if
Yeah.
he'll help me. So
No, but he's watching over you.
yeah.
Um, right. Well, it's 18 minutes past, so do you want to make a start?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
think the one person watching might be me. Don't know.
Oh, nobody's commented, so listening to us both yabbering on.
There's
So,
someone
right,
who's
we'll
ringing
get
the
started then.
yeah.
I said bring a bun that I ain't got any buns.
Hmm.
I'm debating because usually I'll colour main character first before I do background. So I'm gonna colour her first, I think.
I sometimes do the background first because it's my least favourite bit.
A lot
Get
of
out the
people
way.
seem to do that though, don't they? It's weird how different everybody is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got an electric sharpener.
It's alright. I do as well, but I don't use it very often.
I use it all the time, and there's been times I've been colouring, and Brian's mates on PlayStation will go, "What the bloody hell's that?"
Oh yeah, my mum had that before when I first got mine. I think I had it downstairs
Trying to
and
explain to him.
James was trying to watch a film and I kept doing it. He kept glaring at me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You can't help it. You've got to sharpen your
I mainly
pencil.
use this one. It's a like hand crank one.
Oh
You
yeah.
like pull out, put the pencil in, and then yeah.
I've got a normal one, but it was hurting my fingers holding it while sharpening it, doing me head in.
I had to use this one for my watercolor pencils because they don't fit in the other one.
Yeah. It's amazing how much difference people colour to what you colour.
Yeah. You can see how messy my watercolor pencils are for a first. I just scribble.
Oh dear. At least it's on the paper.
Yeah.
I ended up using my entire black Faber-Castell pencil yesterday on none.
I was gonna say, you scribbled all black, didn't you?
I was debating whether to use my Posca pen or not, but I thought paper's really thin, and
Yeah.
I thought it's going to bleed through or it's going to do something. But I got paper underneath anyway, but I just ended up just
Poscas
going
just
with
look
it.
medical. Poscas don't bleed through. They shouldn't do because they're paint, not like alcohol markers or
When I
anything.
first used it on my dinosaur on Kirby's World Within World book,
Yeah.
and then I not on dinosaur one, well the one after that, and when I coloured and I looked at back, there was slight black bleed through,
Oh, okay.
but it had not done it on any other pages, so I don't know if it was because of pencil that I'd used. I don't know.
Hmm. Strange. I've got the book ready to do the nun one when I get a chance.
It was a bit out of my comfort zone because it's same as this. I'm not very good with shading. I still struggle with shading. So I like to use my grayscale pictures.
Yeah.
I
And then
cheat.
I struggle with grayscale, so
I think with grayscale it helps with shading.
Yeah. But just mine never turn out right, so I don't know.
I've noticed your subs have gone up on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
You're doing right well with that.
Yeah. I just keep getting notifications. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Well, you must be giving them content that they want.
It's only last few months I've started talking because I didn't want to talk at first.
Yeah. Once you've got over that initial step, you're fine. It's my anxiety. It plays up on me sometimes. I don't mind doing this where nobody can see my face.
Yeah. No, I want to
But
do face ones on YouTube. I'm like, nope.
I think I did one where it was meet the artist or something like that. I don't know if it were on my other page or it were on YouTube, but I did do one. That I were nervous.
I thought I was gonna be nervous doing this, but we're just chatting like we'd never not spoken
Exactly.
before.
And it's just like we've always met.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it? It would be nice for us all to meet up though. I know Adele wants to meet as well.
Yeah.
And it's like one lives at top at country, one lives at bottom, I'm in middle.
Yeah. Well, that was in Ireland, didn't she? So
Yeah. She's
well,
invited me. She's invited me up once before to go visit,
yeah.
but I know you need a passport and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure.
I don't.
I'd love
I
to go
don't
to
know,
Ireland.
Mum.
I'd love to go to Ireland because it looks really nice. All the sort of like
Yeah.
all the seaside of stuff and everything. In fact, you're being really neat and tidy, and I'm just scribbling.
I'm trying to get me shading on point. I think that's where I was like yesterday with that done. It's like I want to colour it. I want to get it done. I showed Elijah and I says, "Oh, I finished my picture," because he'd been watching me because he weren't at school yesterday.
Yeah.
And I goes, "Oh, I finished my picture." He goes, "Have you, Mum?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I goes, "Are you ready?" And I flipped page at his face. He goes, "God, I don't know why that piece of paper scared me." And he's like, "Wow, Mum, that's awesome." Yeah, line art scares me now. Whereas before it was strange because when I first started on Molly's,
Yeah.
I was colouring line art, and then
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
did all the like whimsical ones, didn't you? Like
yeah. And now I prefer grayscale to line art. I do in a sense think grayscale's like an easier option because it's already like in grey, grey shaded for you.
yeah. I think I struggle with it because I have to try and adapt my colouring to make it work. I don't know.
Yeah. You see, I'm heavy-handed as well, so I don't know if that plays a part in it. I don't know. But I can be not heavy-handed if I choose to be.
Hmm.
Like, it's just, if I'm rushing, then I'll be right heavy. I'm really into the Christine's artwork at minute.
Yeah,
I'm loving colouring her pictures.
I've only got the Colouring Heaven one with her stuff in.
Yeah,
Not colour very much though.
maybe one to add to the list then.
Yeah. It's because that one's half, like some of them are line art, some of them are grayscale. So
Yeah.
I've coloured one of the normal ones, but then I started a grayscale one, but I wasn't quite sure where I was going with it.
I know I've had them colouring ever magazines before, but I think I can't get on with paper quality. I don't know what it is with paper. I just don't like it.
I like it. It's nicer than the Amazon ones.
Yeah.
But then I've got a massive giant pile of them, so I've got quite a few of those now as well. So I said to my mum, I won't buy any more books, but I still got the subscription.
I know I saw they had on offer, didn't they, for £3
Yeah,
a
they keep
month.
doing that. Yeah. They do that every now and again.
I keep thinking about it, and then I back off, and then I might do, and then I back off again.
Well, you can buy single issues either from their website or you can go in like Asda or something.
Yeah.
So
I
I
know they
used
were
to do
doing them
that.
at Tesco down the road at one point, and then because that's where I got one at issues from, and then I've been down a few times after, and it's like rocking horse poop. You can't. It's as and if they get it in.
Yeah, some stores don't do it for some reason. I used to buy individual ones, but then my mum bought me a subscription for my birthday one time. So I had that and then I decided to continue it. So
Yeah.
it's a good way to find different artists because some of them I've never heard of before.
Yeah. I'll just go searching on Amazon. I'm forever flipping through it to see if I can find any new ones.
Yeah.
But it's like, stop looking, that's good enough.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
It's even more dangerous when you've got Amazon Prime.
Yeah, my trial doesn't finish for a few weeks yet, but
I pay for it. I pay for it because I've got, movies and stuff.
yeah,
So
I
it
can't
comes
really
in.
I can't really afford to have that as well as other things I've got. So.
Yeah.
But I did accidentally pay for a month of it once when I forgot to stop the trial. So it came out of my account. I'm like, okay, I'll just have another month.
It's in me. I had that Discovery. I wanted, because on there there's ghost adventures and I like watching them.
Yeah.
And they upload new season on there. And I said to Brian, I want to watch it, and he paid for it. Well, I paid for it once, and I forgot all about it, and it paid for it again.
Yeah, you got to remember stuff like that.
I see like certain stuff, and it's like I want to subscribe, but then I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to remember when it goes out for payment.
Yeah.
So it's like umming and ahhing, shall I do it, shan't I do it?
Yeah. I've got a subscription. It's like to an all like horror app thing
Yeah.
called Shudder. They've got like their own like original movies and stuff on there, as well as
Ah.
sort of other stuff. I haven't used it as much as I should have though. But it's cheaper than like Netflix or something, so it's not too
Yeah.
bad. It's like $4.99 a month. But there's some alright stuff
I'm
on there.
lucky. I'm lucky. Bride pays for Netflix, although I've paid for it this month.
Yeah, we have like a joint account between me, my mum, and James, so
Yeah.
we'd have it out of our like joint account, so we all pay for it. And the same with Disney Plus, so it's all of ours.
I know. I've just watched a baking show on Netflix. I think there's only one season on there, and I got right into watching it.
Yeah,
The bake cakes and stuff,
yeah,
and there's four of 'em, and it's like a challenge. That all four have got to like bake certain cakes, certain designs for children or other people, whether it's wedding cakes and stuff.
yeah.
And that's really good.
I
Some
think
of the
I've
designs are incredible.
yeah, I think I've seen something like that. I mostly just watch films and stuff on there, but well, there's some series.
I watch loads of stuff. I watch programs such as that Riverdale.
But I've not seen that.
That's good. But I've not as I've watched seasons progress, I've noticed again it's like they're running out of ideas.
Yeah,
So I think that'll end soon.
yeah. Some series carry on longer than they probably should. So
Yeah.
my mum keeps keeps wanting to start new series. I'm like, Mum, we've got like 5 million on the go already. We lose track of what's happening and what. But I think it's because me and James can like binge watch series. My mum has to watch different things because she can't watch.
Yeah. I'm the same. I've got to watch a whole one before I can go on to another.
Yeah. It's like my mum started watching Once Upon a Time with me, but we haven't even but not that far in at all.
I've watched quite a few TV shows though on Netflix.
Yeah,
That Sinner's a good one.
I've never seen that. I've not heard of that.
It was main guy in it. He's in Independence Days. It's president.
I've not seen it.
He's like a cop
Okay.
trying to solve these like crimes. It's really interesting. You'd have to watch it to understand it.
Yeah.
I got right into that, but they haven't got another season out for that yet.
Yeah, that's the only problem. If you watch them too fast, and then you don't have anything more of it. We're still waiting for Stranger Things. But that's
Yeah,
not next year.
that's supposed to have come out this month. Well, August, but they pushed it back, didn't they?
Yeah, so it's not till next year.
Because I binge watched that.
Yeah.
I've watched them all, and I've watched them over and over and over and over.
We'll probably have to rewatch them though, because I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, when it comes to next season coming out, I always wait. I always get like 2 weeks before, and I'll watch them all over again, ready
Yeah.
for next season coming out.
Yeah. We've been watching Doctor Who recently because James wanted to watch all of them from the very beginning, like as in the first ever episode.
Blow my neck.
Well, he watched all the older ones. Um, and then when he got to like the more modern ones, me and Mum watched them with him.
I've never been into Doctor Who. I just
Yeah.
can't. I think what did it for me is because I was brought up with my granddad.
Yeah.
They used to watch Star Trek and Doctor Who, but all versions. And I think it's that's put me off. All modern Star Treks and stuff. I can't watch it,
Yeah.
and it's because I was brought up on that kind of stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like I watched that when I was a kid. I don't want to watch it as I'm getting older.
Yeah. Well, we watched from the Christopher Eccleston one onwards, which is like when they rebooted it.
Yeah.
But then James got obsessed to the point he needed all of them on DVD. So I've seen some of the older ones, and some of them are a bit strange, but
No, nothing strange about this at all. You can't help what you enjoy watching.
yeah, but I think it's because they obviously had different effects back then, so some of them are a bit less effective than now.
Yeah. Hey, when I was a kid, I used to like watching Land at Giants. That used to be an awesome program.
That.
Uh, Stuff we used to watch as kids.
Those TV shows for kids now look a bit strange sometimes.
I know. I've had to endure it for like. I still enjoy it sometimes, but Ruben's not so bad because he don't watch kiddie channels anymore.
Yeah.
He watch well, he come down yesterday and he says, "Mum, I've watched your videos." He's been watching them on his PlayStation 4. Bless
Oh.
him. I'm like, I've got my little supporter, Anta Baba. I goes, "Did you like my videos?" He went, "No, I can't do it on my PlayStation." I said, "Well, that's no good." Hmm.
I could make a mess now with water everywhere.
You adding watercolour to that?
Yeah, well, it's watercolor pencil, so
Ah, yeah.
activate it
It'll look better once you've added water then.
mostly. Yeah, but they can still be messy. I'm very good at getting it smooth. I have to use one of these because I don't. If I had a normal paintbrush, I would not trust myself. Soak the paper.
So some bristles on them normal paintbrushes though are bloody awful, aren't they?
Yeah. With these, you can control how much water comes out, so it's not.
It's a bit weird because I hadn't uploaded any more images for ages.
Yeah, neither have I, to be fair.
I've noticed it group were going downhill and I couldn't believe it when Julie messaged me and gave me a godful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm moderator on there anyway, so I thought it wouldn't be an issue. But saying I got to run it by her first, I thought it's benefiting group, not me, you know. And I just thought doing it again get people involved. Um,
You only meant for it.
so well, she said thank you, but I thought she's thanked me 1 minute and then give me a godful next.
Yeah.
She says she hopes it takes off, so she
Yeah.
says it'll be interesting to see how many,
Yeah.
carry on, do it like, so.
I'll try. I'm not very good at color palette things. I
I'm
struggle
not,
to
to be
find
honest.
matching colors. I'm
It's,
struggle
it's
to find
very
the
hard.
colors. Yeah. I struggle to find the matching colors, but hey ho.
Well, I have put on it that if people haven't got the same colours, just to use something similar.
Yeah.
Obviously, not two-way out of colour, because that's defeating object. But we've had one put a picture on. She's eager for the next one to be put on. So I says, well, keep your eyes peeled because I've got a bonus one coming up, and I think I said I'll put it up on 15th, which makes it like halfway through month. So I says, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. Well, I guess most of us should have the right colors if we've got so many pencil sets.
All in all, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've got like 12 different sets.
I think mine's more.
Show off.
But then I've got lots of like cheaper sets as well, but then
Yeah.
that I bought like right at the start.
It's finding places to put them all. That's the only problem.
I've got some in a box on top of my drawer tower. Then I've got a box down on the ground with bigger pencil cases in.
You can't possibly use all them.
No, I don't. But I'm gonna try. Yes, I did a like coloring supplies collection videos on my YouTube,
Yeah.
and that's when I realized, oh dear, I have quite a bit.
But in this hobby, you can never have too much.
Yeah.
I must admit, though, I think most of them are just pencils. They're not watercolors.
Yeah, well, I've got a mix of watercolor pencils and normal ones. So.
I just can't seem to get along with all other than pencils. As frustrating as it is, because I like to, have a wide range of different mediums.
Yeah.
So I just can't get on with them pens I bought yesterday. I thought I've always wanted to get that marble effect background, like Molly does on her images.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I know she uses watercolor, but it's how she gets it to look really like marble effect. And when I saw them in B&M yesterday, I thought, oh, it's watercolor. You can put your pen to paper and then just add water. And I thought if you drip water on and let it spread, I'd get that marble effect. And in some instances, I were getting that effect, and then there were some I weren't. It was just like blobs.
Yeah, well, I think it's about
So
practice, isn't it? I'm still
yeah,
learning watercolor. So I've got proper sets as well, but I'm still learning those. I think
and then
probably
I have read up that a lot of people are using them distress inks.
yeah.
And I've had a look into that, and I got some. I think it were alcohol inks, but it said you had to wear a mask and stuff. So I thought I'm not using them. And them distress inks, it's them them stamp pads.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to transfer pad ink to paper?
Well, I think because some people on YouTube use them. I think they've got like blending. You buy like blending brush things that you can like use it
Yeah.
on the pad and then transfer it over.
I said to Bri earlier, when I've got free time of at weekend, I'm going to have a look into it.
Yeah.
So something to do on my list.
I can't think who uses them. That would be like a video you could watch.
Yeah.
I'll have a look and I'll send you some links. Okay?
Yeah.
Once I remember.
all chatting, we'd be looking back on this live just to figure out what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. Let's go listen back in on this video.
Yeah, it's just me still watching, so I think it's just gonna be us.
I don't know if I can share it.
You should be able to once it's finished.
Transfer copy.
So they said Joanna Basford puts hers on YouTube afterwards, so I'm not sure how that happens.
Yeah. We'll find out, mate, when we finish the colouring video.
Yeah.
Everybody listening to his life stories. Oh, I've been looking at them subscription boxes on Facebook. I keep getting them a lot.
Oh, they're like art ones, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
I like them with with a lot more stuff in it for what you pay.
Yeah.
I had a look at one yesterday and it was like something like 30 odd quid, and you don't get right much in it.
Yeah. I've seen some of that. I think Colour with Claire did a few, but she unboxed.
Yeah.
That's just another subscription, isn't it?
No more subscriptions.
No. As James is subscribed to this Doctor Who thing, he gets like little figurines of different characters with a magazine.
Oh yeah.
He's got loads of them because he bought because he discovered it after it had already been out for some time.
Yeah.
And he found somewhere, I don't know if it was like Facebook Market or something, someone selling like the whole collection from the very start. He spent a bit more than my mum would have liked, but
you can't grumble if it's something that you like.
Yeah, but he had like 10 boxes come in like over a couple of days. It was ridiculous.
Luminate.
With all these magazines and figures in, I'm like, where are you gonna put these all?
Only got a small bedroom.
No, he's got the biggest bedroom actually. He's got a display cabinet with them all in. Although some of them are actually downstairs as well.
It's mad, innit?
Yeah. You keep saying they've almost finished the collection, but then they print out another Doctor Who themed one, and he has to get them, and I'm like, why? Where? Mum's like, I thought you said it was finishing.
I don't think you were the one that was watching. The person's gone, don't they?
No, it still says one on my phone. It might be me because I don't know.
Because on mine it said one at side alive, and now it's not now.
Well, I still got one, but then that might be me. I don't know. My laptop's died now. That's not being used.
I know I've got to keep an eye on my phone because it's at 51% charge. So luckily with me having tower at side of me, I can put a charging cable in tower to charge my phone. Makes it a lot easier because my main charger cable's not long enough from socket to reach. Then I'd be getting strung up with wire.
So I've got a 3-meter phone cable, which I don't really need, but hey.
Loving it.
Well, it helps if I'm filming stuff and I need to charge my phone at the same time. So
Comes in handy, doesn't it?
I didn't realize it was that long until after I unwrapped it. I went, oh.
That's a long one.
Yeah.
I've nearly done her bandages.
I'm still in the background.
What? My background bit here, I'm just going to use my black Posca pen. Maybe add some stars.
Yeah.
I think that's all the bandages done now.
You probably should have just video chatted each other. That's basically what's happening.
Never mind.
Oh wow.
I'm trying to look on here to see how I can see if I can overview. Oh. And I can copy it link, and then when I go to try and post it, it won't let me. Oh, we're live. It's been running for 46 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, 47 minutes and 33 seconds.
Wow.
Share. Oh, here we go now. Share to your story. Oh, I think we're live on my story. I'm trying to share it everywhere. Share.
Am I not letting? Can you share it when you're still doing it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it through my PC, so share, more options. Share to a page. Share it there. I think it's got to, it's not really being shared about, has it? So
No,
share.
I forgot to mention it in my video. That's the word I was looking for.
Here we go. I'll share it on your on your Facebook. Might get a few people watching. More options.
Oh yeah, I just got a notification. Oh no, you're gonna have.
You said I don't want to share it in a group, but it's not meant to go in.
I've got double view again now. No. Silence, computer.
I'll share it in my Kirby group.
My laptop's completely like froze in terms of picture.
It's still running anyway.
Hold on, my hand came into view.
Right.
Yeah, the laptop's really laggy. Yeah, I think the
I'm trying to
one
get it back.
person is me. The one viewer is me on my laptop.
Ah,
Do you want to know how slow
I've
my
checked.
laptop is? On my laptop, I'm colouring. I'm not doing anything. I'm moving on the laptop.
I've shared it. Where in fact, I could have put it on some other groups, but I don't know if I'll get bolted.
Mm.
I can try.
Ooh.
Share. More options. Share to a group. Mm.
I don't think many groups would want you to share it, would they? I don't know. People get a bit thingy about stuff like that, don't they?
I know, right, Monji. Not that it's not colouring related, is it though?
Yeah. We could always share our images afterwards and then mention that we did it in a live video so people can check it
Yeah,
out.
I've shared it anyway. Back to colouring. Now, we've been a mummy.
Hmm?
I'm debating what colour to do with skin.
Yeah.
Saying that though, she's a child, isn't she?
Yeah. You can always colour it as if she's in a costume rather than an actual mummy.
Yeah. What you get for getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Your mind goes blank. I'm gutted that Molly's not doing any grayscale ones though.
Well, I think I saw her say something to someone who asked. I think she's thinking of doing another one, but she just needs enough images to do first.
Yeah.
So she has to convert the paintings into the grayscale.
I know somebody were complaining about quality of paper at one point.
Yeah, it's the Amazon paper. It's not.
I ended up tagging Molly in it. I said Molly will be able to explain to you what type of quality paper that she'll be using.
I mean, she's
They
got.
must think that you know they
Yeah,
must
she's got.
think that you know everything.
Yeah, but she's got an Etsy as well, so you could print them off if people wanted to.
Yeah.
She's got the PDF ones on there. I don't mind that Amazon paper really.
I don't, to be honest. I mean, like, with such as Molly's pictures, I always take them out at books anyway
Yeah.
and just pop them in my folders. There's been a few duplicates I've got and all because I hadn't really checked my folders what I've already got. It's like, oops, I've already got this one.
I keep all my books together. I don't want to take them apart.
Never mind. If I get a duplicate book, I get kids anyway. They colour in it sometimes. How quiet have we gone? Colour.
I keep looking under my phone because I'm trying to see what I'm doing.
Mine's just a bit higher than me, so I can do
Yeah,
it.
if I do that, it's too far away from my desk.
All the problem is I have to like pull my chair out and look up and hover to look at my phone.
Yeah, and mine's in front of me.
It's on 45%, so it should be alright for a bit longer.
Okay, my background's less scribbly now.
Why is it? Video quality on this don't make it look as good as what it does in person.
Yeah, I think mine looks a bit duller than it is.
Facebook and the bloody quality images. Oh, hello, whoever's watching.
Huh? Is it
Someone's
updated?
watching.
Oh, okay, my phone has not caught up with it.
It is a bit slow.
But my laptop has.
It says there's two people watching, and there's you, and then there's obviously someone else. So hello to whoever's watching.
Hello. My phone still says 1, but my laptop says 2. So.
They get talkative and then they've gone. Short and sweet.
Oh yeah, it's gone again now.
I'll probably get that an entire time we're on anyway.
Yeah.
Coming and going, coming and going. I kept trying to like sneakily put me Linkin for event on pictures, but I thought if I do it, they're gonna end up kicking me off.
Yeah.
I suppose we could do something like this for Molly's group, couldn't we?
Yeah, maybe. Although ask Julie first, obviously. Ooh, the postman's coming. I hear the postman outside.
You can tell I'm not a fast caller, can't you?
No, I'm not either, really. Especially now
You're
that
faster
I
than
do.
me. I
Well,
think you'll have
sometimes
finished before me.
I
If
think
it
it
had
depends on.
been on, if it had been on my own, I'd have been like stopping and starting, stopping and starting. It's even worse because sometimes I'll stick telly on and watch telly or watch a program while I'm doing it. So what would take me usually probably a few hours takes me 6 hours or 8 hours.
Yeah.
They're like, I shouldn't have watched that while pouring.
Yeah, I sometimes watch stuff, but then I don't know, I focus more on one of them than the other.
Yeah. But I find if I'm sat there just colouring, I get bored a bit and I want something to watch as well as colour. That's why I
Yeah.
stick it on. Something in background, I think.
Yeah, I sometimes watch YouTube videos when I'm colouring. Or I listen to music or something.
Yeah. I sometimes listen to my music. Although Bride don't like me listening to it because I don't just listen, I sing to it as well. And do his head in. He calls it pop crap that I listen to.
I listen on my phone with headphones.
And then he listens to that rock stuff, heavy metal.
Yeah,
I,
that's cool.
I call it kill your baby music.
I listen to that kind of stuff. That's Rob's fault as well.
I like a wide range of music. I don't like just one specific, artist or art. It's a wide range.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
the same.
I mean, I like Queen. I like listening to some of Queen's songs, but that's
Yeah,
because I was brought up on them.
yeah.
But as for stuff that he listens to, I can't, especially them that scream.
Yeah, well, I don't listen to really screamy heavy metal or anything.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he does. I can be sat here on my desk and he'll be listening to his music and I can hear it in his headphones. And I'm like at the other side of the room. It's like, Brian, I can hear it, turn it down. I think I'm getting deaf just from hearing it throughout your headphones.
well, I go from that to Disney music, so yeah.
I just like I like a wide range of music. I like some country songs as well.
Yeah,
I was never into country at one point though. So
yeah.
the
Because
main one
James,
that I like is called Chase Rice. He's American and
mm,
he's got a good voice.
yeah, never heard of them. But James has so much random music that he plays. He comes back from work with this music blaring out the car, and we never know what it's going to be. You can go from really cheesy stuff to
Like what you would be listening to.
yeah, it's just yeah. It goes from like really cheesy like 80s stuff to then like rock. So
Suppose you can't help what you like.
yeah. And then it's the same with movies as well. I like a wide range of different films as well.
Oh, that was so hard to choose.
It's hard for me as well. Like, why am I doing this to myself?
I was sat at my desk and I said to Bess, right, I've got to pick only 11 movies that I like in horrors. And I sat there and I wrote a great. I'd already done one page and then flipped it over and done half a page. I'm like, this is going to be just too hard. I can't do it. And when I said to you, so I've got like 2 pages of films to choose from. I can't pick.
Yeah.
And we said, no, only 11. So I like sat there and I'm like, right, just off the top of my head, I'm just going to write them down. And then that's ones I'm going to keep.
Well, I chose 10, and then I looked at my DVDs and went, oh, okay, I'll have 11 instead.
Oh dear. Right, that's that one done. Yeah, I couldn't choose it. I found it really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like, how can she do this to me? I was brought up on old horrors. So
Yeah.
it's like a tradition with me. I've got to watch so at least some old ones on Halloween month.
Yeah.
But then I love all Conjuring series, and
Yeah.
I love Insidious.
Yeah. And then I went to.
And I love watching Nun and all. I can't wait because there's another one coming out of that.
Oh, yeah, there's an too, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, I've got a box set of all the Conjuring films coming on Monday.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of them on DVD, so I thought I might as well just buy the box set.
Oh yeah, it makes sense because you're not
And get rid of the
to.
single DVDs.
Yeah,
That's got the new Conjuring in, so.
I watched that on that naughty channel. Have you watched that old yet?
Which one?
Old
No.
movie.
No. I need to
That is some weird, messed up stuff. It's by that oh, I forgot what his name. He did that. Did you watch that Lady in the Water?
No.
It's called M. Night. I can't pronounce his last name. M. Night Shyamalan or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean, yeah.
He's done it, and it's so weird.
Okay, I need to watch more.
There's this beach, and if you go to this beach, you never come out of it alive.
Mm.
And it's like 1 hour is classed as so many years of your life on this beach,
Yeah.
and you can't get out where you come in because it's like vertigo, and it makes you go back to the beach because it hurts your head and stuff, so you can't get back out.
Yeah.
And this family, an husband and his wife and 2 kids, a son and daughter, they go to this beach, and at end of it, basically, mother and father die at old age, and kids are like in the 40s, and it's this like coral reef. This kid says to them, to kids before they go to the beach, gives them this like note, but they don't see it until they're in the 40s and the parents have died, and it says on note, my uncle doesn't like the coral, and we at beaches just after into tide there's a coral reef, and they have to swim to that to get out. And it's so weird. And when it popped up at end, it's like scientists trying to discover, like, I don't know, like go on, what you call them, like ways to like cure diseases and stuff.
Yeah. What's it called again?
It's called Old.
I will have a look.
It's good but weird.
Yes, well, sometimes good but weird is good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I were gutted that, you know, that they didn't get off sooner. I mean, at the beginning there's another family with them as well, and a few other people come to the beach, and it's like they're selected. They find this link to this amazing holiday resort, and it's like so cheap, and that's how they get to this island.
Okay.
Through this like booking system, and it's like they're selected through these scientists to go to it, and that like force them to go to this certain area, and there's something in this area that makes time go faster,
Yeah.
and then they're trying to make these cures, and on one of them it said it took I think it was like, even though it were only five so many days on beach, it were like 30 years of her life.
Wow.
And he said she'd only seizured 3 times in that 30 years through his drug thing. And it's like doing trials on him and stuff. It's weird.
I will have a look. Look how much I've used my.
Oh.
I think I have a backup one though, so it's fine.
It's a good job then, isn't it?
I think there's like the light flesh one's the one I've built the most of.
Yeah, I think mine's near enough same, to be honest. But a bit slow.
Okay, it's easier to use now.
So I ordered from that coloured pencil shop.
Yeah.
And I've stocked up on some pencils I'm running low on in my Faber-Castells.
Yeah.
But I haven't put them in tin yet, because I want to like run them right down until there's no left of them.
Yeah, that's what I do. I've got my spare ones in like the artisan pins because
They're all ones I got from coloured pencil shop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I got 3 prismers, because I keep running out of my white on my prismers, because I find my white prismer easier to blend.
Yeah.
So I use that a lot for blending.
Yeah, I've got all my like open stock ones in the Arteza tin because the Arteza pencils are in a pencil case. So
Yeah.
still just me watching.
At least enough for next time. At least we've tried it.
Yeah.
We know next time just to do a video call between us both, a video conference. It looks rubbish from how far away I am from the thing. Put it a bit closer.
It also looks good. And then you just start.
I need colours for
Bear with me 1 second. I think a certain little dog has just come upstairs.
Toby.
Toby, what you doing? Come in here. I'll show you
Bless.
There's Toby. Don't go on the black mats. You can't be seen.
Bless him. Look at him. He's gorgeous. Coming to be nosy.
Yeah, he keeps coming upstairs and then going on my mum's bed, which he shouldn't.
Oh,
Naughty
naughty
doggy.
boy.
I'll just chuck him back downstairs. Won't be long.
He's like, I'm getting comfy, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll take him back downstairs because there's Harley by himself. Back in a minute.
All right.
Down. There you go, naughty little Toby dog back downstairs. I think the door must have come open or something. I don't know.
Or he's
When
magically, telepathically open the door.
Yeah. Like a little ninja dog sometimes. He just appears. I swear sometimes he goes in the living room and then he comes back from outside and I'm like, what?
He's a magic dog.
Yep. I'm out of breath from going downstairs now. There you go. There's Toby. Cameo.
Trying to get like autumn coloured leaves.
Oh yeah. I don't know what leaf colours I'm gonna do yet.
I'm just pot looking here.
Most of the time I don't know what colours I'm gonna use for anything.
To be honest, I had not even thought about today. I just thought I'll just go in and hope for the best.
Yeah. He probably sneaked upstairs because he knows I'm up here and my mum's gone out. So where's my people gone?
I'm home alone.
But he's got Harley, but Harley sleeps most of the time because he's older now.
Yeah.
Well, Toby's only, I mean, Toby's like 7 or 8, but he still acts like a puppy. He's just all over the place.
It's only like us. As we get older, in his mind we're still young, but his body's like, no, not today.
Yeah. I think because Harley's got arthritis in his back legs, so
Yeah.
slowed him down a bit because I think he grew too fast, so he got affected quite early on.
Bless.
He just sleeps most of the time.
Best thing to do.
Yeah.
Sleep, sleep, and more sleep.
Yeah, he sleeps, eats, and goes for a little amble walk, and then goes back to bed again. whilst Toby's running around like a crazy thing all day.
It's awful when they get old and they can't do what they used to do and they want to do it, but the bodies just can't do it.
Because when they see other dogs out, like they both want to. I mean, Toby wants to play with everybody, but Harley has had a few times where he's wanted to play, but he can't keep up.
Old man.
Yeah, we call him Granddad Dog.
Granddad dog.
We have to keep him outside in the kitchen when we eat, though, because we have like trays in the living room.
Yeah.
But he keeps like we think he's got some kind of like dementia or something, so
Bless him.
He keeps going on and on, like barking at us for food. We can't concentrate on it. Yeah. I know he doesn't mean to be annoying, but he like, Harley, please stop. My mum watches Carnation Street, and he used to always bark at the TV every time he heard the theme tune. He'd like wait for the cat to jump off the roof.
Yeah, I know, they've took it off, haven't they? Everybody went mad over that, yeah.
It's still there now.
Have they put it back on?
Yeah. Oh, but he can't hear it now. We think he's deaf, but he seems to be selectively deaf.
Yeah.
If he hears food packets, he's like, hello. But if you call him, he'd like, no, you don't hear anything.
Definitely selective hearing then.
Yeah. Toby's
no food on table, he's not interested.
Yeah. And Toby's like that as well, but I think he's part bat or something, because he hears like you literally open the fridge and Toby's there like, hey, even if he was in the other room or the garden.
Part bat. I like that.
Yeah.
We have bats flying in our back garden.
Oh yeah, we have them as well. You can see them at the living room window.
I think it's mostly at summer evenings though, because we've got a big tree in his back garden just outside our bedroom window, and in summer you can see them swooping and flying around, and Barry will go, shut window, I don't want them getting in. I'm like, oh yeah, bat's just gonna go, hey up Brian, I'm coming in today.
Ones that just circle our back garden, so you can see them outside.
I think they're cool. I like bats. They're not right big either. They're quite small.
Yeah, I think our ones are quite small as well.
We had someone pop in and then they've gone back out.
Keep slipping in my chair.
I bought a new chair and I sit in it and I end up being wheeled to other end of the living room. Me, I love it because it's a proper office chair. Because with me being a big girl,
Yeah, I've got a proper office chair thing as well.
I've definitely got to have a wider bum seat.
Yeah. Yep, my laptop's still lagging. I'm colouring, but I haven't got to where I am.
To be honest, my PC's a bit slow.
Yeah, mine is as well.
As long as phone's still going.
Yeah.
I'm on 31%. I'm doing all right, considering anyway.
I haven't got a notification yet saying my Beauty of Horror book's out for delivery yet. Just checking.
There's no better than having deliveries.
Yeah. Every time I mention to my mum, I've got an Amazon delivery today, she's like, why?
It's awful at our house because we've got neighbours and there's side doors like meet each other.
Yeah.
So like when we come out of the side door and they come out of their side door, we're like face on.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times Amazon guys pulled up and both of us have stood at the door waiting. Oh, is it your delivery or is it mine? It's so funny. And I'll say to him, that blooming Amazon Prime.
I try not to wait in view because I feel like I look like a weird person. Like, I'm just like...
Sat there at window biting your fingers. Come on, where is it? Bring me my goodie.
Oh, yesterday we were going to go down the road to my nan's because she's got a meadows behind her, so we walk the dogs up there.
Yeah.
I got the notification about the glow in the dark book. It said 2 stops away. I'm like, Mum, can we just wait for the Amazon man, please? So one time I did that again, but I don't know what the hell he was doing. It was like over in the like next little bit across like the road from us, but he was there for ages. I'm like, what is happening?
It's same up here. It's exactly same up here because 1 minute they like 2 stops away and then they go like 3 more miles away from you and then they come back and it's like. But my brother told me because he were applied for being an Amazon delivery driver, and he says that they're given so many parcels to deliver within a certain length of time.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it, then they've got to finish the deliveries, and that's why you get them delivering at 10 and 11 o'clock at night. And he says he ended up not bothering going for a job because he says I'm not going to be out because I think they were having them out from like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 and 11 o'clock at night and not having a breath. So he said I'm not going to bother with that job. So I can understand time frames for it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. It's just this one. He wasn't moving, and I'm like, what? Just moving around the same area, like a small, tiny area. Like, what is happening?
Sorry, Mr. Amazon driver, are you delayed?
One time, I think James said he got an Amazon delivery, but one time he was like stopped in where it would be a field.
Yeah.
James was like, I think he's lost.
Definitely. Oh dear.
I've had a couple of times where they haven't been that great because I think I told you was it you or someone else? I don't know, but I had a delivery and they left it like because our front door we've got like a hedge.
Oh
right
yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah.
On the other side of the front garden, and I was just like, why? If it rained, that would get soaked.
Yeah.
Didn't even put it by the door. And then one time I had the delivery and it said it had been delivered and I couldn't find it and it was right by the front gate where anyone could see it.
I think I'm fortunate me with my delivery drivers around here because there's been times we've had to go out and I'll leave a note on the door to go to my side door and then sat on the side door I'll say I had to go out leaving blue bin.
Yeah.
And they've left it in blue bin, so I think I've been rather fortunate, to be honest. But majority of the time, they can deliver them and they just shove them through letterbox.
So we don't have a letterbox, but we've got like a mailbox next to the door. So,
Oh yeah.
but if it doesn't fit in that, they usually put them on the windowsill. So, but the one that was by the gate, it was almost like they couldn't be bothered to come in, and they slid it through the bars or something.
Yeah.
Like if that'd been something a lot more expensive, I would have been. Well, I was still annoyed, but anyone could have seen
Well,
that.
it's not a case of that. It's if it's colouring books as well and it's raining, there's be
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of times where it was raining, but they actually put it in like a plastic bag, so that was helpful.
Yeah.
Although we also have like a bin bag in the mailbox for them to use, and we've got a little sign up saying that there is one in there. Just for any delivery drivers to put it in. But
I've had a few colouring books that's arrived to me, like they've come from not Amazon, they sent from somewhere else, and they've come in jiffy bags. And
yeah,
I've been absolutely livid because they've come via normal postman, and he just rams them into letterbox, and it just gets all creased up. And this particular one, it was that Wizard of Oz book I got.
yeah,
It just rammed it through letterbox, knowing it were a jiffy bag. And when it come through, I opened it up and it was just creased to high heaven. I couldn't even get creases out. I even put like a big pile of my colouring books on top, just to try and flatten it out.
yeah,
But it were too late. Damage had already been done. And I got in touch with Amazon and I told them,
yeah,
I says, maybe you need to start, because I thought it was them at first. I says, maybe you need to start checking, your postage. I says, sending them in a jiffy bag and it's a colouring book. I says, you're off your nut.
yeah,
And they said it were a different company that had sent it and they'd get in touch with them for me. Uh,
yeah.
and they didn't offer me a refund, they offered me a replacement. But have a guess what? They sent it
What?
out in a jiffy bag again.
Oh my
So
god.
that one got destroyed as well. And I
It's
thought I'm not going to
very,
keep messaging them about it because they're just going to keep sending me a replacement.
yeah. They don't seem to realise that books need to be protected.
Well, it's like sending reading books, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're sending a reading book, you've got to send it, in some somewhat decent order.
yeah,
I mean, I've always made sure when I've packaged stuff, I've packaged it right so that it receives to buyer in tip-top condition. I've had a few,
yeah,
from colouring groups, and I've bought some books off some people. I've had a few send them in jiffy bags. I'm like, how can you send it in a jiffy bag?
yeah. I just reuse Amazon
Yeah,
ones.
I know. So
Well,
much
you know.
easier. Because I've got a box on top of kitchen cupboards with all my Amazon boxes and stuff. And Bar's like, can't keep keeping these, babe. They're taking up kitchen cupboards. I'm like, yes, I
Yeah, well,
can.
I did the same for a while. I had a whole massive pile of them. I'm like, what am I actually sending with these? I don't need all of them.
But I keep different size ones because you never know. If you're sending something big and you need a bigger box, sometimes I'll like cut it up and make it into a box so it's a bit smaller.
Yeah. Have you ever had something come in a ridiculously sized box?
Yeah.
Because I think it's the Disney Vitro book. That came, even though it's a big book, it came in a massive box, and I'm like,
I
why?
I think
And I'm
I ordered. In fact, it was this. Me pencil sharpener, electric one from Amazon. I
yeah,
ordered this, and it came in a huge box. And I'm like, to be like, why has this come in such a big box? And it were
yeah,
only a box, just a bit bigger than what actual sharpener is. And I said, all this box cardboard for just this small thing.
yeah. I had another book that came, but it was quite deep box, and the book like do you know the size of the Hannah Colson books?
No, I haven't got any of her books.
I don't know. I don't have a. I think.
I've got that
Where is
Ink
it?
House book.
Well, it's sort of just like they're slightly, right, sort of A4, maybe a tiny bit smaller. But I got a book of that kind of size, and it was in a
Yeah.
really deep box, and the book, the book didn't even take up half the like width of the box, and it was just in there with a whole load of bubble wrap and stuff. I'm like, why does it need this bigger box? It's a book.
It's same with that though. We Amazon chucking a load of the stock away instead of selling it at like a sale price. They've been chucking them in skips, haven't they?
Oh, have they? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, all different kinds of stuff. Somebody like not government, but somebody else like saying, "Oh, you chucking all this stock and you can get something from it," but they don't want even like colleagues and stuff that work at Amazon. Even they've offered to pay out of their wages for some of the stuff, and Amazon won't allow it. Got to go in these skips.
That's a waste of stuff.
Exactly. Big waste. You'd think with a big company like that, they'd want to get as much money back. I mean, I've had to get some refunds back from them quite a few times because some of the stuff's not being right. And I don't know what last thing that I've got. I got a book not long back, and there was something wrong with it. And I messaged them and I says there's something wrong with it and I want a refund. It's no good. In fact, I think it was that Winnie the Pooh book that I got. I don't think I've done a review on it, but I got that, and it were like slime or something all of it book on outside of it, and then it looked like it had been used. You know, if somebody had had it and not used it as such as colour in it, but like marked it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I messaged him. I said, "It's no good. This you need to be, checking your stock before you send it out." And they won't refund me. So I've had enough refunds. It's like at the end of the day, if you sort your stuff out before you send them out, I wouldn't need a refund, would I? So, but I've had a few issues, not too many, but
yeah. Well, I only had to get a replacement thing once because a set of watercolor pencils I got, there was a duplicate color in it.
yeah.
But it was like very different color. If it had been, I can't remember. But yeah, but they wanted me to send the one I had and then send me a new one. So
Yeah.
that was okay. And then replacements for stuff that hadn't turned up or got lost. Although one book it didn't turn up when it was supposed to, so they sent me a new one, and then the old one turned up a few days later. But I gave that to a present as for someone, so it was okay.
Sometimes it does me head in because I can be too heavy-handed and tips break on end. I like them right sharp and pointy at end though, that's the only thing.
Yeah. Still no one watching.
At least we've tried. We can't say we haven't tried.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time we might have like 1,000 subscribers so we can try on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you will, because you've got more subs than me.
Yeah, it's probably because I started, but did I start before you? I can't remember.
I've been on YouTube for ages. I can't remember. although I've got YouTube up anyway. Let's see when I first started. My first video I uploaded, but I'll have probably been on it way before then.
Yeah.
6 years ago. My first video was 6 years ago.
I don't know what mine was.
Oh, they had joined January 11th, 2014.
Let me have a look at that.
So 7 years I've been on it.
Yo, I think when you've got a Google account, you automatically have a YouTube, don't you? So you can,
I've no idea. I've no idea how it works.
I think it's a Google, like Gmail, so you can use that for like commenting and stuff, but then
Yeah.
you can set up a channel. I joined in the 6th of November 2014.
So not long after me then.
Yeah. So I just did the flip throughs because people in the Colouring Heaven group were asking for a flip through or something. So I did that, and then
I joined, and my first ever video was Ruben. And he were in high chair with over in his hand, and it was just it's so funny, and he were looking at overpipe all because it was switched on, and he kept examining it, and then all of a sudden he put it to his face, and overpipe sucked his skin on his face. And I just thought I'll put it on YouTube just to see how many people will react. I can't remember how many people actually reacted or all. Oh, I got 337 views on that. And that was 6 years ago. And then I think next one I put on was my brother. He hates spiders, and we'd bought Elijah some toy spiders for, I think it was for Christmas. And they moved, but it was like a wheeled mechanism underneath. But they look like real spiders, apart from eyes. And we put this toy spider on his chest while it was like he were napping, and we shouted him awake. And all of a sudden he looked down, hugged toy, and then he realised what he was hugging, and he ended up freaking out and knocking it off his chest.
To be fair, I'd probably be the same because I don't like spiders either.
Well, I've had a big fear of spiders for a long time, and it was mainly because at the time my mum's ex-husband, he were awful to me with pretending to chuck spiders at me. Yeah. And I think that didn't help with my phobia at all.
Yeah, Rob was kind of like that with me as well. Bit in a joke.
And he like cup his hands and said that he'd go a spider and like pretend to chuck it at me and stuff like that. And
yeah,
I just
Rob
didn't think
did that to me.
Yeah. And I think that just set my anxiety off even more. And every time I saw a spider, I'd proper scream house down. I won't even be in the same room as one.
Yeah.
And I started to watch Dark Den and Exotic Lair on YouTube. And the more I watched it, the more I become intrigued and understood it a bit more. That spiders aren't there to, technically come and bite you and hurt you or all like that. Yeah. And they give them character, So, and I said to Ryan, I write my own tarantula. I want to become over my fear.
Yeah.
And that's when we got that Carabiner versicolor tarantula, that baby one that were multicolored, like metallic blue.
Yeah.
And at first, I sweat so much, getting it out to transport up to put it into enclosure.
Yeah.
I so sweating, anxiety through roof. And I'm like, Brad's like, I'm not doing it because he's worse than me for being scared of him. And I says, well, I need help. I can't do it all by myself. And he'd stand there and watch, but at a distance. And I managed to do it. And the more I were engaging with it, the more I've become a bit more complacent with it. You know, I do more with it. I mean, you can't really do no with them anyway. They're just spiders. They just, you know, stay in the bloody webs and eat shit and sleep. In fact, I don't even know if they sleep. So, but they're not pets to be handled or out like that. It's just for show, you know, to watch them and stuff. Are they in enclosure and are they being in wild? But the ones that you buy are from a store, so they're not wild caught. They're bred in captivity.
Yeah.
So, but that helped me get over my fear of spiders. And it don't bother me now. And it were only other night, not last night, night before. I was sat at my desk, and where I'm sat, I've got my living room wall, and then I've got this like a big gap at side wall. And we hadn't found out to like cover it up yet. We need some wood. But I was sat here and it was dark. We'd not got no lights on, and Bri come up to me and gave me a kiss. And I happened to like just look up at my ceiling, and I saw this big spider. Now it were more legs than body.
Yeah.
But it's because I weren't expecting it that it shocked me. I'm like, whoa, bloody hell, that's got to have gone past my feet in order to get up on wall.
Yeah.
And Bri, he ran off like a girl in the kitchen. He won't come out. And I says, you're going to have to go upstairs and get me over. I mean, I don't like killing them. I don't like that anymore. I used to at one point use an hammer to kill them.
That's a bit much. I mean, I grabbed books. I didn't.
No, we borrowed not a lump hammer. I think it was, you know, them concrete hammers that you use for outside.
Yeah.
We'd borrowed one of them off my granddad at one point. I mean, house, and it was the only thing I could get over. And I used that to splat one on the kitchen floor.
No, I used to use books, but now I just grab James and be like, James, save me. It's usually they're high up and I can't reach them. The James is taller than me, so
comes in handy.
yeah.
It's same with me though. I'm like 5'10", so and Bry's only like 5'5". So all that he needs from like the top shelf, I've got to get it because he can't reach.
Yeah. Rob used to be the shortest sibling, but now I've taken over.
There's no wrong with being shorter.
Yeah.
Which I wear sometimes. Especially when I fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I end up getting over and sucking him up. I says to Bri, it's mostly males you'll see because they're looking for females. They're coming out looking for females. I only know all that stuff from watching Dark Den and Exotic Slayer.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough to do that. Where James works, it's an exotic pet shop, so they've got stuff like that there.
Yeah.
But they said that one of the tarantulas escaped, and they still haven't found it. So
yeah, they're really good. They use the fangs.
They think it might be dead by now because it's been missing for ages.
You'll be surprised.
But I don't know. They don't know where it's gone.
It'll just be lurking somewhere, and if it finds an hole to get out, it'll just go wandering for. If it were a male or female, it'll just go wandering for food.
Yeah.
I mean, we being a pet store and all, there's plenty of food there for it.
Yeah.
They're quite good at hunting tarantulas.
Although James working in a pet shop's almost as bad as me working in the range because he keeps buying things. He started with his chameleon, which has passed away now, unfortunately, but he's now got a praying mantis.
Yeah.
And he did have 2 millipedes, but when he got it, I think he realised now he thinks he got them at the wrong time. Because when we had that heat wave, they both really suffered with that. Because like what you were saying about the tarantulas, they're bred over here, not where they're supposed. Like,
Yeah.
so they weren't ready for that. They're normally in hot climates, but because they were over here, they weren't used to such extreme heat. So
Yeah. It's the same with tarantulas though. You've got to have them at certain humidities and whatnot to make sure that they survive.
yeah,
Certain husbandry and stuff.
yeah. Well, James had that, but his bedroom got really warm. Like when we had that massive heat wave. So
Yeah.
we moved them downstairs, but it still ended up being too hot. So like the actual tank temperature was fine, but
Yeah.
apparently all the ones they had at the port and pet shop that actually all died as well. So
Oh, that's strange.
we just all really suffered with it.
We've been wanting well, Brian wants a chameleon.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
But then when I think about it, it's like I can't be asked with because I'm lumbered with bloody hamsters at minute. So and sometimes I can't be asked to do that.
Yeah. We used to have rats and things, so but we don't have it anymore.
That's the thing. I saw a group that's rat related. You know, people that own rats, and there was this video of a woman with this rat on a bed. And Brian's like, no, burn it with fire. You don't have a rat on your bed. That's disgusting.
I like the Conjuring rats where they've got their ears on the side of their head because they look so cute.
Yeah.
I just broke my pencil on my leg. Okay, just the top, like the tip where I sharpened it. I don't like sort of. I mean, not like that. I hate them, but I'm not a fan of like lizards and stuff as pets. Really,
Yeah.
I want cuddly pets. Like dogs. I just partly don't see the point of a pet you can't really do much with. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We still got Julia's snake as well. With my stepdad's snake.
Yeah.
We've still got that. So although
We
I
had a
think
snake. We had a snake, a corn snake. But that was when I was pregnant with Reuben. And I used to wake up having nightmares, thinking that we're going to get out and, try and eat kids and stuff. And it got to a point that it was so extreme that I couldn't sleep on a night. And I said to Brian, I said, you're going to have to, rehome it and get it to somebody or something because I can't settle. And he ended up selling it to a woman that, sees to snakes. Like it was like a sanctuary type place.
yeah.
So she ended up taking it on.
Yeah. My
And
mum.
yeah, I was all right after that. I didn't have no more nightmares.
Yeah, well, my mum's friend's gonna have our one once we get things sorted out. Because my mum's not really a snake person either, so she just wants him to go to someone that will actually get him out and stuff. So
Yeah.
otherwise he's just stuck in his cage, well, like Bavarian thing, not having much of a life.
I don't want to do the black Oscar bit.
I've almost finished.
I know. Quicker than me. Speedy Gonzales. Tell you, I'm not a fast colorer. I never have been.
Well, I'm slower than I used to be because when I first started, I used to do like God knows how many pictures every day. But that was because I just scribbled.
I've always took my time. I can't seem to rush unless it's one that one that's quite simple.
Yeah.
I mean, this is simple, but I still took my time.
Yeah.
No Posca pen, I've got to shake it.
Don't do what I did and shake it without the lid on. It went everywhere.
No, there's one time I shook it and I pressed, pushed it down for ink to come through.
Yeah.
And I got this great big blob. There we go. It's coming through. I had one of these and Ruben's nicked it for his calendar because he likes to count down days when he's not at school. So he uses my big Posca mark pen to mark off days. I'm like, it's supposed to be mine. You're stealing my stuff. To be honest, I think he's one that's stolen all my pencils, my paper, my colouring books. No matter how many times I try and get them to colour with me, they'll colour for so long and they get bored.
Yeah.
Like, colouring's good for your soul. Because they'll just play on the games all day, every day, if they had choice.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, there's more to life than gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, James does some gaming, but he's not like massively into it. He just goes in his spare time. Or if that, he's watching Doctor Who. Rewatching episodes. I'm like, how can you just keep
Bright is same though. He can watch programs over and over and over and over. It's like, why repeatedly watching the same bloody things?
Yeah. I mean, use something I've not used before. It's this. It's like sparkly, pasty stuff. It's like sparkly.
Still slow at my side. Oh yeah.
It's like stuff you can paint on. I saw it on someone's channel on YouTube, so I thought.
Ah.
But then there's lots of different colors, and I naturally want every color. But
Exactly. Another expensive job.
I've got like 4 of them so far. I did order another one, but it's got lost, so I'm waiting to see what the seller says because I've messaged them. So
You'll have to send me a link.
yeah, it's called Cosmic Shimmer Lunar Paste. This one is just a white one that I was just gonna put on the moon. But...
Because I'll have to get them out of my drawer upstairs. I did get like that right fine glitter that you can get for your nails.
Yeah.
I picked some of them pops up and it was like a shimmery type one. And
Yeah.
I was debating at one point when I was colouring Molly's to put it on her pictures, for like such as mermaid tails and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was getting it on there.
Yeah.
like thinking of a substance to use, because I know some glues they dry up like horribly, don't they? And make your paper all creasy.
Yeah.
So it was like finding a glue that I didn't need to put too much on for it to, you know, go on properly.
Yeah. Well, I've got different glitter glues that already stick.
I'll send you a picture of them anyway. I'll get them from
These
upstairs.
kind of things I use. They're like the cheap version of those stickle things.
Oh yeah.
Although I do have an official stickles that I bought. It was on offer. They're normally quite expensive. That one was like just under £2, so I thought, okay.
I've seen them down at my local. We've got a shop called Boys.
Yeah.
They do them down there, but that it's same with that. It's like glue, isn't it?
Yeah, I have used it on a page, but it kind of made it a bit, I don't know. It was alright.
I still want the same kind of dryness as you would if you were using like pencils. It's hard to accomplish though.
Yeah.
I'll definitely finish before me. Feel left out now. You're leaving me behind.
Somewhere else.
Next time a more challenging one.
Yeah, maybe like a Kirby page or something. Or Beauty of Horrible.
One that you're gonna struggle with. It's all in good fun. Concentration's out now.
Yeah.
A race against time.
And I just put my hand in the white gel pen. That doesn't work. Maybe. 'Cause I don't know. 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 I don't well, I'm finished. Actually, I might put some stars in, actually. Just some stars.
I think you cheated, you had a little fairy helping.
Huh?
I think you cheated, you had a little fairy helping. There's no problem with Posca. When it's dried, you see where you've missed.
Yeah.
Annoying. All these white bloody dots everywhere.
My little bat. Really warm now. I don't know why. My fan on. I don't know. It's weird.
Because you've finished. You thought you wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're on top of a mountain.
This is a giant pencil case I got to put all the Black Widow pencils in. I've got them all.
That's nice. I like that pattern.
It's 300 slots.
From my head.
So you never know how many sets are going to bring out.
No, we don't.
A little bit extra space. Is my fan really loud? I don't know.
It's loudish.
It's
like-
a massive, powerful one.
This is where it sounds like a bit. You'll see anyway when you watch it back.
Yeah.
You'll be juggling to yourself.
I don't know what to do now. Have you started any of the those coloring tarot things?
No, not yet. I did do a like a review of but for some reason my video wouldn't upload to YouTube. It was like stuck.
That's strange. I think I might video myself colouring them, but I don't know. There is quite a few cards.
Make a start on one. Give me time to finish this. I feel out of place.
got no room for anything. I'm just gonna put my book on my bed so it can dry. I did want to do this Hannah Lynn page from her Halloween book.
Oh yeah.
I've not started the book yet, so
Make a start. We're here for a bit. Met most of it.
yeah.
Whoops. What are you doing?
I'm just dropping things, or almost dropping things.
Pussy fingers. Concentration.
Still no update on my book.
There's been times I've like, you know, when there's been bits of pencil on paper and you blow to knock it off.
Yeah.
There's been times I've done that and a bit of spit's come out and gone on paper and ruined it. Like, no. And then I have to use pencils to cover it up.
Yeah.
It'll be alright once I've done this background. Maybe I should have done that first.
That's why I did the background first, because it takes forever.
I think it's because I'm using Posca pen and all, so I've got to
Yeah.
be careful I don't go over line.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing my glasses.
So these are the markers I use that you were asking about.
Still slow. Oh yeah.
There, and then I've got another. The other one's those.
Okay then. I just don't know what it is with these ones that I've got from B&M.
I don't know if it's because they're out, because you said they're aqua markers, didn't you?
Yeah.
These are just alcohol ones. I don't know if they perform differently or not. I find I can't use alcohol markers for very long because they give me a headache. Because they're so strong.
I'm sure there's been another pen set I've used in the past, and there's been some pens that are absolutely stenchable. And it's like, I can't cope with colouring them with anymore because it just gives me an headache.
Yeah. These aren't
So
too bad.
powerful.
Yeah. I got used to them a little bit.
I think worst ones for it is like your cheap ones, you know, from like Poundland and such.
Yeah.
They're terrible, Poundland. Yeah, I've done that quarter. Christ. What did I let myself in for?
I didn't plan to finish as quickly as I think Molly's other, like not the whimsical ones, take me longer.
I don't know. I think because I'm not a fast colourer anyway, to be honest. I think I just colour at my own leisure.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm not used to colouring with someone else that
Yeah.
I've realised that I'm not a fast colourer at all. I like to go at my own pace.
My laptop's actually in sync now.
Mine's a little bit slow.
Actually, it's still a little bit slower, not that, but I don't know.
You got any more colouring ones to do with colour buddies?
Not at the moment. I don't know. So we can do another one when you would like.
Yeah.
Once I finish the nun one.
No rush.
Yeah, I think next time I'll just video chat.
At least we've tried it and experienced it, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I think it's because I ain't got many people on my, my page because I'm new.
Yeah.
But I think that puts a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I suppose next time we can try from your page if we do it.
Yeah. I don't really. Not many people actually interact with it though, so I don't know. It's
Yeah.
mostly my mum. It's mostly you and my mum.
I think it'd be a case of like getting us subs up as as much as we can
Yeah.
to be able to do it on YouTube.
Yeah. There's got to be at least 1,000 I read. So.
I mean, I did my Instagram page when I told you I'd set up one
Yeah.
just for my colouring, and I've already had I'm coming up to 40 followers on there.
Yeah.
So, and I've put on there to go on to my YouTube.
Yeah. I guess it depends what people are doing, isn't it? So. I forgot to mention it on a video, so there wasn't time to do a quick one. But then you don't know who's on YouTube's on Facebook as well, so because some people might
Yeah.
not be. Me on my laptop is very far behind almost.
I think it's like it catches up and then it lags and then it catches up and then it lags.
Yeah.
At least we've done one part of his event.
Yeah.
The colour Halloween spooky page.
Yeah.
I'm getting there slowly. Gone all quiet, haven't we?
What colour
Oh,
should
the-
I make hair?
Either a nice darker blue or maybe a purple.
I do blue. So I got the purple there, so I don't know.
Hmm. My paper's creasing.
Huh?
My paper's creasing. Does it pen? Ah, what's a bit this side now? You can talk. It's only me and Tiana.
After that.
No, not that. It's alright. Brian's come and asked me. Well, he's come to get me cup to make a coffee. I said, it's alright. You can ask me if I want a coffee.
Yeah, no one's joined us. think I might go grab a drink quickly, actually.
I'll still be here.
Yeah. I'm back.
You're back.
There's the dog. Well, Harley's in his bed and Toby's outside sunbathing, but that's not. I have packages in the post.
You got your books.
No Amazon yet, but that will happen later. It seems to be getting later at the moment. It's the new Colouring Heaven. I haven't got the Ink House one, but it's the Ink House.
Yeah, I've got that book.
Yeah.
Is it the yeah, I've got that I've got, you know, it hardback book.
Yeah, that's what the new Colouring Heaven is.
It's very intimidating though, more so because it don't look like a colouring book.
Yeah, I think it's actually supposed to be a reading book, isn't it? But then
yeah,
people just decided to colour it. And Nightmare Before Christmas colouring book.
I used to I used to like Elena her artwork, but I think I've gone off hers for some reason. I think it's mainly because it's all digital.